Welcome to my presentation for my social media marketing online class. My final presentation is on my client, which is Waffle of ATX, specifically ATX because the owners are different depending on what state you're in. The goals for this client were to have 5,000 followers by February 2019, have a physical store by 2020. They want to phase out the owners, add a working daily on the truck, and they want to create a waffle lovers group. These goals are on pause right now because I have to specify that they're specifically working out of their truck. And they crashed their truck almost 2.5 months ago after I had chosen this client and then already started working with it. So I continued to work with this client, but everything was kind of on pause. So their followers, their goal for followers is lower than it should be for December 2018 and stuff like that. They also owners aren't on the truck right now because the truck is down. So a bunch of things, they've lost a bunch of different employees and stuff like that. So they have a big setback because of this tragic event that happened, but everyone was safe, everything's good. But I just wanted to specify that because my campaign, which I will mention later, wasn't able to be as effective as it could have been if the truck was up and running and the company was doing well. The primary buyer persona for this company is about 26-year-old women because they have enough money and income to pay for a $10 waffle. And they're also interested in posting on their social media about what they're eating and to pretty much advertise for this company without the company having to pay for it. The buyer persona is same age group, about 20 to 35-year-old moms. And this is because these women are trying to find ways to keep their kids entertained and to feed them and to find time for girls' time while they have little ones. And Waffle Love is a great place for that, to be able to come and park and bring your kids to the playground outside of the truck and get food for their kids that is not healthy but fun to eat, and they're able to spend that extra money because they are a little bit more well off. Again, this is definitely not for those who are looking for dollar menu items because the waffles are a little bit more expensive than McDonald's. The strategy for my company was mostly entertainment, trying to engage the followers, to create a relationship with the followers. They do a really good job at commenting on posts and to including their followers and customers in that process. They use utility because they are constantly posting the schedules once a week and also often daily to remind their consumers where they are going to be. They also storytell, which I love, is they post a picture of like a little kid in front of a waffle, or they'll post a picture of a family eating waffles, or these girls posing with waffles, trying to create the story of just having fun while eating and creating a more lively Instagram feed and all these things that girls from the age of 20 to 35 are interested in. The channels mostly used were Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Specifically Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is a little bit lesser than the other two because of where they've seen the most success. Facebook was for sure seen as where most people are, as well as Instagram, because 20 to 35-year-old women are mostly on these two sites. Facebook so that their moms can see what they're posting, and Instagram for their friends. The next slide I have is the pictures that I have been using as mock-ups. Not all of them, but some of them. I just really liked how appealing they were visually, as well as they all had waffles in them. Some of them had people in them. Some of them had the truck in them. One of them is just like said schedule in a waffle. I thought that was pretty neat. All taken by the company. Because I have no photography skills, so I didn't go and take any pictures. But they asked me to use from a selected group of photos that have already been taken by the company here in Utah. The content calendar was a really interesting thing for me. It was kind of hard to figure out. I wasn't the links that I tried to connect weren't perfect. They didn't work. They actually didn't even connect. But it was really cool to kind of like lay out, because I'm a very big at planning. And so to be able to lay out what I wanted if I was the marketing manager of this company, it would be really easy to just like copy and paste instead of have to create something every single day. To just set aside a day that I create, and the art and the comments on the post, to be able to kind of simplify the life of a marketing manager. Because after I got to know the marketing manager of Waffle of ATX, I realized she was creating every single day, and how it was hard for her to like set aside time to be creative, to make this content and to post it. And we decided together that it would be better for her to spend 3 or 4 hours on a Friday, and create this content instead of doing it daily, because you're already in that mindset, you're already ready to go, and you can just pump out a week or 2 weeks worth of advertisements, and you don't have to worry about that later down the road. In summary, I learned a lot from this assignment, from this class. Working with a client was really, really difficult, even though the client was my sister, because of the situation where she had crashed her truck. One of her employees had crashed her truck and paused work for everyone in the process. They were able to be very kind and work with me still as we did this. The campaign that I wanted to run, if I would have, and I created, was to, because if the truck was out of business, we decided that we wanted to do a campaign towards their dough and trying to sell that so that people could still get the waffles without coming to the truck. And this was very discouraging for a lot of people, and they were really interested in buying the dough balls because they wanted to still have Waffle Love because they enjoyed it, but they weren't able to get it because the truck was down. The posts that they posted were never the posts that I created. They weren't confident enough in my ability to post them, but the relationship that I built with their marketing manager, I believe that if I were to stick with this company, that I would be able to continue to build that trust, and she would be interested in letting me do this. Other than that, with their campaign that they created with a dough, they got a lot of activity for about a week, and then people weren't interested anymore. And so that's something I learned, was that they needed to continue to remind, but also figure out something else, something that would keep their consumers interested longer than just a week. After watching the campaign for the companies that we did last week, I was really interested how Share a Coke is something that is a campaign that has stayed around for over a year, over a long time, instead of just a week. And so being able to create a campaign for this company that would last longer would be something I'd be really interested in putting a lot more effort into than I did originally, not really understanding what the concept of the campaign was. I learned a lot, and I was very grateful for this experience for the future, and to see what I would do differently with a different client and stuff like that. So, yep, that's my presentation. Thanks for listening.